Ay, 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 ay. How are folks doing? So yeah, I had a little talky talk and stuff, and I can do drag shit, so fuck it, you know? I'll do something actual real with that someday. I know it's just there, so it's gonna happen at some point. I don't know what form it'll take. I really don't. I'm thinking probably stage show type thing, or I don't know, maybe you guys, I don't know. Maybe I'll end up on fucking RuPaul Drag Race. I don't know. Whatever. But I think I saw like 1 or 2 emails of somebody that said, oh, I got a drag name for you. I'm sorry, I didn't even read your email. I'm sorry. I saw it, but I didn't read it. Shanny opened it up, but I didn't read it. So I apologize, but I got my drag name. You know, Grok helped me, so. Anyway. Life's been pretty rough lately with food. You know, because everything is so expensive. We get the EBT card, and then it's like, it's gone so fast because everything is so fucking expensive, you know? And no, we don't buy, like, stupid shit for food. We buy, like, fruits, vegetables, and stuff to cook, you know? It doesn't matter. The amount of money we get on a card doesn't... It's not enough money with the prices. It's just not, you know? So it's very rough, and if you can help me out, you know where to do that. I'm not going to mention it. Like, if you can, that would be great. If you want to know where you can help, it's in my description on my channel, you know? And I think it's in most of my videos, in the description of my videos. So if you can help, thank you. And I just, God bless you, you know? Because I don't have many calories, you know? I don't eat many calories in a day at this point, and it's oof. And I'm walking places, like I walk around, you know? You guys know, like I have to walk to do the shit I have to get done because I just can't afford things, man. I don't make enough money. When I had the gig that I was making money, I was not making much. Not enough to fucking feed a family and, you know, and pay rent. And Jesus, I could barely afford the whole cell bill, you know? It was great that Shanny was making YouTube money because that was paying for her cell phone, because it's just, I wasn't making that much money, man. So, well, I was making plenty of money. I was making fucking $15 an hour. But it's not enough in this economy, with the state of the dollar and the place where prices are at. Forget it. So pray for me and Shanny, you know, it's fucking rough. But Shanny and I watched this interview with Madonna, and she was like talking about her life and how she connected with, you know, she says God, she connected to God through Kabbalah. And I've never been one to ever endorse anything like that. Kabbalah or the Zohar, read the Zohar, any of that shit, no. I would never recommend that, and I don't now. But man, she's way deeper of a person and way more intelligent than I thought she was, holy shit. Yeah, Madonna's pretty cool, man. She is. But she's got a curse on her head because she's been changing the words in the book of Revelation. And if anybody has read the book of Revelation, you know at the end of it, it says, if you change one letter in this book, you got a curse. So if Madonna's really a good person and not satanic, you better repent of changing those words, because you have. In your live shows, you know, what the fuck is with dogs at 11 p.m.? I'm sorry, I'm pretty weak right now, guys, I'm sorry. My stomach's been hurting most of the day. I have my cigarettes, though, I know. And it seems weird, like, oh, you had cigarettes, oh. These cigarettes I smoke are literally $1.70 a pack. And honestly, I have such a severe addiction to nicotine. And smoking for me is like a medicine, I'm telling you. It's something that I wish I could quit forever, but I can't. I'm not capable of getting over the addiction of it. And it doesn't matter if I try the fucking patch or gum. None of that shit works. It's not. I'm addicted to also the action of it, you know? I'd like to quit, though. I would. But just pray for us, man. We have some angels in our lives that help us, but it's not many people, and they're suffering too. And it's horrible to have to ask somebody that's already suffering, like, I know you're suffering, but could you help a little bit with something, because we literally are starving. Our microwave broke too. The microwave fucking broke. So some of these meals that we get with the Meals America, we get Meals America because we're dirt poor, proven dirt poor. And some of the meals that they give us are microwave only. So it's like, you know, Shanny's like, I'll just take it out and throw it in a pot and heat it up that way, which it works kind of, but with some of them it's not going to work very well because there's multiple side dishes, and I'm just going to you know, toss the side dishes in with the main dish in a pot. I mean, okay, whatever, you know. You do what you got to do to get by, so. I don't have any energy to do nothing. I'm going to be honest. I just want to go lay down. A little bit of Diet Coke. That's the Diet Coke with Shanny. So I got myself a monster, the big ones, which are they're too expensive. They're too expensive, and I should quit energy drinks because it's just not good for you. You know, they don't hydrate you. Really, they do dehydrate you. But when you're drinking them, it feels good to drink them. But then you're dehydrated. Yeah, I gotta quit them. But I wanted to try to get back on the horse with making videos. I feel like I neglected my channel for a bit, and I want to go back to what I was doing, really. But the whole drag thing is going to be a thing, and I'm happy about that, and I can do something with it someday. And I have plans for it. I do have ideas, but I'm keeping most of it to myself for obvious reasons. Because I have asshole trolls that love to steal every single fucking thing I do and try to make a joke out of it. And this would literally just be a fucking joke, assholes. But I ain't giving you any of my ideas. I'm not giving you my drag name. You could suck my fucking cock, because every single goddamn thing I try to do, you try to ruin. Because you're fucking pathetic with no good ideas of your own. This is to reaction channel fucking morons. You have no originality. None. The only thing you can do is look at my stupid ass and... What is your fucking point anyway? I know what your point is. You want to make money on YouTube. But you're not talented enough to make it on your own merit. So you take people that are pariahs on the internet and throw them on your channel saying it's your content when it's not. It's slanderous bullshit 100% of the time. Enough of that bullshit. I'm going to TYT situation, and we're going to figure out what the hell the deal is with this UN. What's the UN deal with Israel? I've been literally screaming from the rooftops for however long that the UN should fucking do something about this. Oh, there's a UN peace deal? Get my window up here, Jesus. Let's see it. We got Anna here, and I don't know if Cenk Uygur situation is up there, but sub to TYT, do it now.
The United Nations Security Council has now officially approved President Donald Trump's so-called peace plan for Gaza with 13 votes in favor. Now, China and Russia were the only two countries that did not vote in favor, but they also...
What is Trump's peace plan for Gaza? The UN adopted Donald Trump's plan for peace in Gaza. What does that even mean? Donald Trump said that they should just level the whole place, pretty much. He can't wait to build the Trump Riviera. What plan does Trump have, UN? You're full of shit. What?
So did not vote no. They abstained instead. Now, they could have also used their veto power to veto it, but chose not to, and it's probably because of some threats, which we'll get to in just a minute. Now, if you're wondering what's in this so-called peace plan, it's that 20-point plan that we've covered on this show previously, but just as a reminder, the U.S. resolution calls for an international stabilization force to enter, demilitarize, and govern Gaza. So a cabal of international, leaders coming in and essentially making decisions about Palestinians and the land that they live on. Okay, great. But nonetheless, the proposal, which contained Trump's 20-point ceasefire plan, also envisions a board of peace to oversee the peace plan, though it does not clarify the composition of the board. And there are some serious issues with that, which I'll also get to in just a minute. But after the vote, President Trump did gloat. Before I get to that, your 2 cents, Cenk.
He gloated? Oh, he gloated that the UN supports his fucking plan? I thought you were anti-globalist, Don. Yeah, you're a fraud. Start to finish, from the very beginning, fraud. Now you love the UN. Really? Right, because they said they support your fucking plan? The UN is more of a joke than they ever been. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, look, there's an upside here to what has happened, but there's 2 massive unanswered questions, and that's where the rubber hits the road. So let's tell you about what happened here and then talk about, but how we're going to answer those questions.
Look at this shit. I love these graphics. Cenk's 2 cents, man. Look, I want a Cenk coin. Holy shit, Cenk, you should fucking have them minted. Like, have some Cenk Uygur coins printed up that look like Eisenhower dollar coins. Holy shit, I'd buy one. I might buy 10 if I had the money, I don't. But Cenk, make the coins. That's sick.
What's next?
So Trump thinks that's it. Peace in the Middle East, or at least that's the way he's advertising this. He wrote on Truth Social, congratulations to the world on the incredible vote of the United Nations Security Council just moments ago, acknowledging and endorsing the, in all caps, Board of Peace, which will be chaired by me and include the most powerful and respected...
requires paying attention and being aware, and we also get caught up in when we live in a world that's just
There's something in the Bible
so easy to get distracted. It doesn't mean
that's called the man of sin.
but
That's called the beast. That's called the son of perdition.
we live in a world of distraction, so it's so easy to get caught.
If this guy isn't it,
You know,
then there's no way that's going to happen, I think. This is the guy.
I got caught. You know what I mean?
He's going to be the chairman of the board of peace to make peace in Israel.
And I'm not good enough. Therefore, I'm
And the UN goes, yep, that's our guy. What the fuck?
It's like, takes so
I got chills. He's the Antichrist. Do you understand that?
stop yourself before that happens.
Leaders throughout the world. Now, it will be chaired by the man who just had an Al-Qaeda terrorist in the White House and said glowing things about him. Talked about how handsome he was, in fact, aboard Air Force One prior to that. And this is also the same guy who has...
Oh, Donnie. Donnie, you like that Arab guy? You like him? He is awful handsome, isn't he? I mean, I don't have to really show you. It's been out there so much now because of the Bubba Blue... Trump Blue Bubba deal, okay? I don't need to show you it, but there's a clip of Donnie, right? And he's giving a speech. He's giving one of his speeches. And he adjusted the microphone, right? Because it's one of those microphones on a long thing, and it's the little mic at the top. And he put it like this. Oh, I gotta adjust the microphone. Oh, and he goes. Oh, he was telling you then. Oh, I'm daddy, all right. He's a bisexual daddy. I'll tell you that right now.
helped Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, get away with literal murder. He ordered the murder and dismemberment of Washington Post journalist and U.S. resident Jamal Khashoggi. Yeah, they were complimenting each other in the White House today. So with that in mind, the security resolution, okay, so basically what they're planning on doing here, the Security Council's resolutions are not, they're considered binding under international law, and I'm sure people aren't going to like that I'm going to say this, but it's just the truth. International law doesn't mean anything anymore.
Oh my God, I love
Okay,
it. I fucking love it. Anna, I mean, I could be, I wouldn't, nah, I ain't good enough for that. Did you watch one of my videos, Anna? I hope so. So watch me for 5 seconds, you know, and I'd be so happy, you know. Exactly. I've been saying to you what? The UN has absolutely zero teeth. They can't do anything. So all of a sudden they're going to be able to do things. Well, hey, I'd be for it. If we could stop the genocide, I'd be pro-UN. Look, overnight, if they'd stop that genocide, I would go, look, I don't like the UN. I never liked the UN. I always thought it was a bunch of bullshit. A lot of anti-Israel shit, which I see completely differently now, by the way, but I'd be for it. If you can actually start making things happen, like arrest Netanyahu, I'd be pro-UN for that. Okay? They're telling you exactly, look, this is our guy. Trump's our guy. I thought the UN hated Donald Trump, and they endorse his peace plan in Israel? This is weird, man. We entered the fucking Twilight Zone big time.
With how Biden handled Israel's genocide against the Palestinian people, that allowed for the complete dismantling of international norms and international law. So I don't care what international law says, because apparently it doesn't matter. There's no enforcement of it, right? They could call for sanction.
All right, Anna, did you see my fucking Israel video, the one that I did? Seriously, because you sound like me. You're saying exactly what I said. Oh, you do another continuing resolution. Oh, we'll sanction them. That doesn't do shit. And in fact, you're probably hurting the Palestinians, because any food that they can get is coming from Israel proper, right? So you put sanctions and all this shit on their economy, it's going to make getting them food even harder. That's shit. Don't do that. You have to liberate that country from the genociders. And how do you do that? You arrest the fucking prime minister because he's a war criminal. You put him before the Hague, and you get every Likud member of the Knesset out. You're not allowed to be in the government. Why? Because you're the equivalent of a Nazi. You're out.
Israel's never going to face punishment until all these dinosaurs. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
I won't finish.
There is international law for the powerless. So for the Serbs and for many other people, and the Serbs did commit a genocide, and they should be held accountable. And for some African countries, and obviously for Muslim countries, anyone that doesn't have enough power. But there's going to be no accountability for America, Russia, China, and Israel. Magically, Israel, tiny little Israel, has so much power they can make the whole world junk. That's because that's where all the Israeli. Oh no, I'm not going to say that. That's not good. It's where the Nazis who won World War II, I'm going to repeat that. It's where the Nazis who won World War II went. I do not believe that Hitler put a gun to his head. I don't believe it. He was an egomaniac. Okay? It's very hard for people like that to actually do it.
Okay. Now, yeah, was he trapped in a bunker and it was the end? And yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible that he didn't. But in my opinion, he was the man of the elites. They loved him. Okay. Pretty sure they put him in South America and he lived the rest of his life out with his girl, Eva Braun. Okay?
All of their laws and say, sorry, there's an Israel exception. They do not have to abide by any laws.
Right. So Mike Walls, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, who addressed the council before the vote, called Gaza hell on earth and held up a copy of the resolution describing it as a lifeline. He's also the individual who basically threatened all of the members of the UN Security Council who might consider voting no on this by saying, well, if this doesn't pass, then we're going to go right back to annihilation in Gaza. He didn't use those words, but that was the implication.
Yeah, Mike Waltz is one of the neocons, Israel First guys. So they were going to put in Elise Stefanik, who's another Israel First person. So when she couldn't do it, they put in Mike Waltz instead. And so he's representing Israel there. So when he says Gaza's hell on earth, he's not saying it like, I can't believe the Israelis did that. He's saying you better accept our proposal, otherwise we're going to make it twice as hellish. And we're going to force American taxpayers to pay for it, etc. So look, here are the real questions. Is Israel going to comply with any of this? Because they have literally said, yeah, you guys can do this fun little silly piece of paper at the UN. It's not going to matter at all. Netanyahu came out right afterwards, and this is a thing they've already voted on, and said, no, there will never be a Palestinian state.
Yeah, we have that video, actually. Let's take a quick look at that.
And regarding the Palestinian state, our opposition to a Palestinian state on any territory west of the Jordan.
Like even now, like I told you there's a pipe that burst in the middle of my house, and it's like creating havoc in
Unclean spirit of a frog. Do you hear it? Do you hear that spirit in Netanyahu, man?
I can't just sit here and like be.
It's a frog spirit, folks.
Like there's a illogical.
See, if I look, because Alex has sold his soul to be safe and have a family, I guess I have to be Alex Jones. Folks, when you look into the eyes of Benjamin Netanyahu, you're looking into the eyes of a demon. Look at those eyes, so dark. The darkest of the dark, folks. We're gonna beat these people. I guarantee it, folks, we're gonna beat these people. No, I gotta be myself. Sorry, Alex, I love you, man. They're part of me, will always love you because you woke me up to so much bullshit. But man, it makes my skin crawl that you fucking carry water for the Antichrist, for fucking man of sin, the son of perdition, who smells like shit and wears makeup. I ain't anti-makeup. Are you kidding me? Why would I be anti-makeup when I could be so pretty with it? But the Trump makeup's weird, man. He just cakes on foundation that's orange. That's weird, man. Me? Oh, I just, Just making my eyes pretty, that's all. I don't got no foundation on. No. Just eye makeup. Because I'm fucking pretty. I can't believe this. We live in a fucking weird, glitched world. Look at this demon.
Love remains. It is firm and unwavering.
It is firm and unwavering and... Jesus God, BB. BB, do you have some polyps in your throat or something, man? You're sounding more frog-like than I've ever heard you. Holy shit.
It has not changed in the slightest, and I have been fending off these attempts for decades now, doing so in the face of both external and internal pressures. So I do not need encouragement, tweets, or lectures from anyone.
What?
Guys, the biggest
What in the fuck? Okay, what was the meaning of that statement? Hang on, guys. I have to hear that again. All right.
Regarding the Palestinian state, our opposition to a Palestinian state on any territory west of the Jordan remains. It is firm and unwavering. It has not changed in the slightest. And I have been fending off these attempts for decades now, doing so in the face of both.
What this piece of fucking shit is saying is, if you are Palestinian in any way, you will never have a state here, as long as I'm breathing. Excuse me, BB. They are your cousins that deserve a home. Oh, BB, I have a really good one for you. Okay, wasn't ancient Israel divided into two kingdoms? Yes, it was. Judah and Israel. Wow. Can't you can get around all of this in terms of PR. You can get around all this. You know how you get around it? Don't call it Palestine. Make a place for them. Have their place. Gaza and West Bank, that's theirs. And call it Judah. Yoda. Call it that. And go, I had nothing to do with the Palestinian state being made. It's called Judah. I made northern, southern kingdoms of Israel. I brought back Judah. How about that, BB? I gave you a pretty good idea there. No, you're going to be a demon. You're going to be a fraud fucking demon and you're going to kill as many of your cousins possible, right? You're a fucking demon. It's over. You're going to hell, BB.
External and internal pressures, so I do not need encouragement, tweets, or lectures from anyone.
Oh.
Guys, the biggest obstacle to peace in the Middle East is Israel and has been Israel. That's just been a fact. And it's a long-standing fact that our government refuses to acknowledge, to validate, and pretending like the powerless people in this whole scenario, the Palestinian civilians, both in Gaza and the West Bank, by the way, where violence has really exploded against the Palestinians as a result of these Israeli-backed settlers. Like, that continues to be a problem. That's not part of this peace plan. There is no real peace plan. Like, that's the thing that drives me crazy about all of this. There's no peace plan because you don't have a partner in actually negotiating a real peace plan. Okay? Israel is not a partner for peace.
No.
No, of course they're not. They just said it.
They just said it.
Yeah, like, we are never going to give the Palestinians a state, and nothing will make us do it. Now, of course, we can make them do it. We just threaten to take their money away or other things, right? But they know, no, we have America completely under our thumb, so they're not. No, we make them do things. They don't make us do things. So yeah, we make them sign this junk piece of paper, and then later we'll say, yeah, we're violating. So the first question is, how are we ever going to get Israel to comply with international law?
Never. It's not going to happen.
They say they're not going to, and America makes sure that they never do.
We embolden them to behave that way.
So now we got this great international agreement, and they're...
Well, we can't be against Israel. Look, why? Oh my God. They're the only Middle Eastern country that is an ally. Bullshit. Bullshit. Allies do not take you into deeper and deeper sin. And forcing the American people to pay for bombs that are blowing up babies in Gaza and the West Bank is the most satanic shit possible that they could do to the American people. They're making the American people, without their consent, be part of bloodletting of children. Baal worship. This is an abomination. Bibi's locked out of heaven forever. There is
something, not great, but there is something positive in it, which is that, yes, the Arab countries in Turkey, etc., have said, okay, we'll do it. We'll bring in security, and we'll make sure that Gaza is safe. They don't attack you, and you don't kill the Palestinians anymore. That's a great offer, and I appreciate that, and they're in favor of it, right? But at least in the second question, no one's talking about the 53% that Israel occupies. So they ethnically cleansed half of Gaza. They completely occupy it now. And they're in the middle of flattening literally every building there so they can rebuild it, Israeli condos there.
Yep.
So what are we going to do with that half of Gaza?
We know what's going to happen with that half of Gaza. That's why this is all a farce. This is why I want nothing more than to celebrate an actual peace plan that legitimately leads to a two-state solution. That's not what this is. That's very, very clear to me. And it's because of the same mind virus that infects President Trump on other issues, which is, how can I make money off of this? Jared Kushner salivating over that oceanfront property. You think this is all a mistake? Like, it's all an accident?
No.
The reason why Trump wants to be the chairman of the so-called peace board is because he wants to oversee the money-making opportunities for himself and his family.
Absolutely.
I don't just make billions. I don't care about your stupid corruption.
You're 80,
just get
bro.
out of Gaza. Get the Israelis out of Gaza, and then if you want to build spectacular things for the Palestinians, amazing, great, and you want to make a killing off of it, I don't, just please leave them alone. Give them their own country. But Israel is blocking peace. It is, and in this, the reason the Russians and the Chinese abstain is because they're like, the Israelis say they won't leave. So what is this? This is nonsense, right? Okay, the Egyptians and the Turks and the Indonesians say, yeah, they'll do it and they'll participate, and I don't want you to keep slaughtering the Palestinians, so I'll just abstain. But we all know this is a joke because the Israelis are never going to leave. This was always about taking land. And so, but our deeply corrupt media in this country never tells you any of that.
The other thing is, it really does look like the stabilization forces are going to be utilized to fight Hamas on behalf of the IDF instead of actually stabilizing for peace. And they're worried about that. So while they've volunteered, and while their public statements seem as though they're totally on board for this, there have been some internal discussions about their concerns that they're just going to be used, and they're just going to sacrifice members of their own militaries in order to fight Hamas on behalf of Israel.
Yeah, and so I don't even have a problem with them fighting Hamas, and I love that they're trying to actually protect the Palestinians, and that's part of the point there, and I hope nothing goes wrong there. But basically what Israel and America are trying to trick them into doing is, why don't you be our cops for us, and make sure those dirty Palestinians don't come into our new precious greater Israel, which we just stole from them, okay? So if they just turn into Israeli cops, then yeah, there's going to be unrest and violence, and it's going to turn into an absolute disaster. And then what will Israel say after that? Well, you see that we had the Muslims run it on their own, and it turned into a mess. I guess we're going to have to take the other half of Gaza. And so if you don't agree to that, you're an anti-Semite. So this is planned to explode on these well-meaning countries who are trying to protect the Palestinians. And America is aiding and abetting more of Israel's war crimes. So everybody, look, again, guys, if you live in America and you watch mainstream media, you have no idea how much of a tiny bubble you're in.
Yeah.
The rest of the planet sees this perfectly clearly.
That's true.
You're the only ones who don't see it because you're being lied to by ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, MSN, MS Now, and Fox News.
Absolutely.
Okay, and New York Times and Washington Post, they're all lying to you and pretending that Israel didn't take half of Gaza and that Israel didn't do this for land, and Israel doesn't have a greater Israel plan, which is the whole point is steal Arab land, genocide, ethnic cleansing, doesn't matter, just take the land, and they did it. And American media lied to you and pretended that if you criticize that you hated Jews.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
No, they're evil. Mainstream media is evil in their protection of genocide as long as Israel does it.
Man, I paused that perfect place. That's the end of the video. Holy shit. Wow. That was a lot to take. But this shit has Revelation written all over it. This has son of perdition energy, antichrist energy all over it. Donnie's the devil, Donnie, you're a fucking demon. And if you think that you're getting into heaven ever, no, you know it, you're not. You don't belong there. Holy Mother of God, pray for the world, pray for the peace of Jerusalem, pray for the peace of Palestine. Let's make Palestine a thing, UN. Oh, are you fucking kidding me that you endorse the peace plan of this guy that you hate, UN? Jesus, you're bigger of a joke than I thought you were. Holy shit, folks.